Hello guys, welcome to Dummynation. So today I will be teaching you the basics of Dummynation. So I'm just going to delete this. I'm going to press a new game. Might be an ad that pops up. Oh,
Get
yep,
Venom for free right now by using this promo code. Venom will carry you early on through the villain campaign.
Hold on guys, there's ad. So I'm going to teach you the basics. I'm going to play as the United States. Now I'm gonna pause this. This is gonna be how to win as United States. So first you wanna go into this annual budget, which is just right here. That's marked in gray. You need to turn social spending down to about 88%. Because you want this thing at the bottom, the total expenditure, to the right to be at least 3%. Research, put that down a tiny bit. Military, I usually turn it up. Liquidity, I turn it down. If I am a weak country, I will turn the liquidity up. For example, if I was playing as Bhutan, I would raise the liquidity fund up. And this seems, if this seems about right, as you see this is about 3% at the bottom. So hit apply, then go to research, then put 1 point into combat training, let a day pass, and then reactive armor, put 2 points into reactive armor because vehicles are expensive. And then you click this button right here, which lets you spawn in troops. What I do is I would get 1 unit of commandos, 1 unit of gunners, and then half a unit of tanks, and then half a full unit of rocket artillery. Now these two right here are your main vehicles. Commandos are good at fighting other commandos, and gunners, they have a really good piercing, which is that orange bullet below the armor, and gunners are really good at taking up land. And then tanks are really good for defense. But gunners, they do not have much defense. And I advise you get a lot of tanks if you want really good defense. And rocket artillery are not the best in defense, but are good for piercing as a vehicle. Alright, and now we go to this button right here, which is our ideology. Now I'm just gonna explain democracy. Liberator, I would turn this up. Military service, I'd turn it down a tiny bit. Now this also affects this bar down here, which is democratic solidarity. Which, if you go full democracy, your need for other economies will weaken. And if you're not let's say if you do not have anything on democracy and you're still a democracy, your need for other alliances is really high. So if you want to do what you want to do, just hit apply. Military service is just Liberator makes it so when you're fighting a country, less militias will appear to oppose you. Military service, I do not know much about. Now, if you want to attack a foreign country like Mexico, you will click on your army and then click these two swords once. And if you do, if you do, click this. And you want to attack the country's economy. So if you go to this slider right here, and you can pick economy right here. As you can see, we have a lot of economy. Mexico's best economy is down here in Mexico City, which is their capital. And if you go to diplomacy and you click on me, you can see that we are allied to the European Union. So is Greenland. So if you want to attack Mexico, you first click this attack button, then go down to Mexico City. If you want to speed it up, you can just affect this slider right here. This is slowest, this is the fastest. I would usually keep it around here for the start. But this is the most important. Right here, the ranking. Most important, there's just other stuff, but the most important is the progress at the very, very start of these bars. If one country gets their progress to 100%, they beat the game. And if like China was at 70% and they have way better army than you do, you have to attack them no matter what, because they will win the game. So we are going to attack Mexico. So you can see that militias are spawning. Breaking news. Now, if you go here and click on diplomacy right here, you can see that they are only allied with the Vatican because their diplomacy bar on the right sees who they are allied to. So right now they are only allied to the Vatican. So oh yeah, I didn't explain this, but if you click on this and a country is outlined dark blue, that means you are allied with them. If you are a yellow one, like Angola, as an example, I forgot to explain green. If they are a green country with you, for example, Ukraine, that means you don't have an alliance with them, but you do have a strong relationship with them. If they're yellow, they don't have much of a strong relationship. If they're red, like Mexico, that means they are at war with you. And when Mexico has almost no troops, you will be free to split if you like. And if you go down here into population, you can see what countries are populated. So for example, if I go to India, there's a lot of blue and there's a bit of purple. If there's a lot of pink in one area, that means that area is super populated. Blue means they're a lot populated. Green is just populated. Yellow is not that much populated. Yellow is very scarce, and then white is almost no population there. Almost no inhabitants there. say if I were to go after Greenland, like someone did that I watched, they are allied with most of the EU. So I would not want to fight Greenland with the United Kingdom, but Switzerland is neutral, so there's no alliances in Switzerland, so no one would come into Switzerland's defense. And we have, I don't know. Alright, so we have all these other stuff, which is, I don't know, it's just claims. GDP per capita. Now, GDP per capita is the thing you need to worry about, because you need to attack a country with almost no GDP per capita. For example, Nigeria, if you go to their overview, they are number 152 in GDP per capita. And the lower your GDP per capita is, the lower your expenses are going to be. For example, like recruiting troops, alliance treaties, and peace treaties. If you attack a country with a high GDP per capita, for example, Switzerland, you will have high expenses on your troops. Meaning, if you want like 100,000 troops, like of commandos, you would have to spend like 1 million. But if you attack one that's a low GDP per capita, and if you want 100,000 commandos, it would cost about 100,000. We are a high GDP per capita, so we want to attack Africa before they get eliminated, before most of them get eliminated. Now, Nigeria is the best bet for GDP per capita, because Nigeria is also a very populated place and has a low GDP per capita. I don't know how much times I've said that, but let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain this. Your bullets, the yellow bullets, is how well your country is going to fight. If you're fighting with a country with over your amount, so example, if I have 63 million and China has 41 million, like for example, if I was at 63 million and then there was another country at 70 million, they would beat me. But if they were lower than me, like China, then they wouldn't beat us much, but they still have a chance of defeating you. Defense. Now their defense. Oh wait, no. Their defense is how well they're defended. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you about the defense power. If you go and attack a country with a higher defense power than you, they would get obliterated, but they have stronger alliances than you, because allied people are the ones marked in dark blue. Like diplomacy, I'm allied with Canada because they have a dark blue line. And if I was getting invaded, Canada would come into my defense. So that's why it's really bad going after a country like France, because a lot of countries would come into their defense because they are a part of the EU. Now, China, on the other hand, doesn't have much alliances. No, just one with South Africa. So I am free to attack China if I wanted to. Let's see their troops, 28 million plus 9 million. We can attack China if we wanted to. So I would attack China from here. Oh yeah. If your country takes a weird route, like going through Japan, like going through the Koreas and Japan to get to China, you can just draw a line. See? You just have to hold your country. You just have to hold on your country like this, and then you can draw a line. But right now, I am going after China. And what this button does is it splits. It splits your army to attack them. But you should only do that if their military is low, which I think I already said that on Mexico. Alright, so let's wait for everyone to regroup. Now China is losing military. We're gonna knock right here on Beijing. Right there. See this circle right here? That is their capital, which is Beijing. So if you want to attack Beijing, you can, but they would keep respawning troops. Now China is a sucker for reservists. Now if we go to economy, we can see that China has a lot of economic regions. So does South Korea, but South Korea is also allied with no one, huh? Japan's also allied with no one. So we can attack South Korea and Japan if we wanted to. But right now, I'm attacking China. But first, if you want to attack a country, you should check their alliances and how well are they good. China is not that good now. We just gotta wait until they send their full army towards us. Alright, come on. Wait, what? Beijing? Oh wait, this is China's full... This is one of China's good armies. Oh yeah, I should push to the south. Now China doesn't have much left, so we are free to split and attack China. Now if your country is attacking where you don't want it to attack, you can press this attack button again and then select where you want them to attack. So I want to attack the south, so I just made them go to the south. They're trying to take my Beijing away. Alright, so we are making progress in China. So you see our progress, we are at 60. Now the easiest way to gain progress is by defeating other countries with good economies. So for example, I'm going after China right now. And South Korea hates North Korea, so if I want to get back that alliance, I would have to attack North Korea for free. I can get an alliance with South Korea if I go to actions and click alliance treaty. Now I'm not going to do that because South Korea is weak, I would say. Let me check their troops. No, they are not weak. So I'm going to click execute right here. So now South Korea is my ally. Japan, on the other hand, is not our ally. And they are friends with... They are not friends with North Korea or China. So, and I'm gaining diplomacy. I'm gaining a diplomatic relationship with Japan because they don't like China, I believe, though. I'm not sure about that, though. Taiwan is not our ally. Taiwan hates People's Republic of China, which is just China, man. So, you see, China is trying to attack from the north, which is where all their economic zones are. So if they're trying to... If there's a militia trying to grab your regions... So, if you see these lines here, that means the militia have a chance of appearing there. So, there is one here, too. So if you want to clear up those, you just have to stand in those lines, and then they'll go away. So I'm going to stand right here, and then get rid of those lines. Alright, so now I am free to attack them again. Where is their capital now? Is it right here in Shanghai? No. Oh, Japan is also getting a bit. So this is where China's capital is. Now, if I do want to protect Japan, I would send a small unit and then click this defense button with the swords and the shield. Now, I would want to protect Japan. So I'm going to go send a unit there to protect Japan. Oh wow, I've conquered a lot of China from here. Now, since I like Japan, I'm gonna give them room to attack. I'm gonna give them economy. So I'm gonna ally with Japan, because I really like that. Now let's see our exchange rate. Our exchange rate is really good because we have alliances. So you see our progress right here is 75. That means more countries are gonna go to war with us because we're really good at the game. Alright, let's just lower this, lower that. You don't need any more research. Liquidity, turn that down. There we go. So we have captured most of the economic regions of China. So now I can just leave if I wanted to. Because, well, yeah. Oh, Kazakhstan is... If there's another country in war with you that you don't want to fight, click Actions and then Peace Treaty. They are a really cheap peace treaty, so I'm gonna buy a peace treaty with Kazakhstan. You can also do that by going into China's diplomacy, then click. Iran is in war with us, so we can just click peace, click on this button right here. Then that signs a peace treaty with them. Now I guess if I wanted to, I'm going to claim. I really want Mongolia. I concede a bit of Mongolia. Now I'm gonna split my troops and attack this part of China. I don't know why, I just like Mongolia, so I'm gonna concede. I will concede Mongol. No, guys! Attack up here! Attack up here! So if you want to do that, you can do that. Which will make it faster to conquer territories. Now I'm just gonna conquer all of Mongolia. Mongolia's Mongolia's former territory, and then give it back to Mongolia because I like Mongols. I like Mongolian throat singing. It feels nice. Now that is a nice thing to do if you want allies. You can concede people. Which is giving back their territory. There's also another one for only democracies, which is liberate. Which is, I think it's just the free way of getting a peace treaty. Now claims. Where's claims? Oh, claims. Mongolia, I'm gonna concede. Dude, I just brought Mongolia back to life. That's insane. I just brought Mongolia back to life. This one, I'm gonna stand here. If I wanted to. Now, is there anyone else that I have? I do have Mexico. which I would concede, but nah, I'm not gonna concede because Mexico has a really good economy. I'm not giving Mexico that again. I might sound evil. Oh my. Western Sahara.